Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Chayam Utirayet Nastaprishu Apatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloker Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Krishna Svatamapakate Dharma Kyani Visaha Kalonasta Samesha Purunar Kutunoditaha Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam Ki Jai. So we read this morning from Srimad-Bhagavatam 7 Canto 7 chapter text 53. Tato Harau Bhagavati Bhaktim Kuruta Danava Atmaupamyena Sarvatra Sarva Atmanishvare Tato Harau Bhagavati Tato Harau Bhagavati Bhaktim Kuruta Danavaha Bhaktim Kuruta Danavaha Atmaupamyena Sarvatra Atmaupamyena Sarvatra Sarvabhutatmanishvare Sarvabhutatmanishvare Tata, therefore, Harau, unto Lord Hari, Bhagavati, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhaktim, devotional service, Kuruta, execute, Danavaha, O my dear friends, sons of demons, Atma Aupamyena, just as one's own self, Sarvatra, everywhere, Sarvabhuta Atmani, who is situated as the soul and supersoul of all living entities. Ishvare, unto the Supreme Lord, the controller. Ishvara, Ishvari. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prahlad speaking to his friends, schoolmates. My dear friends, O sons of the demons. Danava. Danava means it's another name for Asura, demon. Huh? Bhaktim Kurutu Danava. My dear friends, O sons of the demons, in the same favorable way that one sees himself and takes care of himself, take to devotional service to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everywhere as the Supersoul of all living entities. Purport. The word Atmaupamyena refers to thinking others to be like oneself. One can very intelligently conclude that without devotional service, without becoming Krishna conscious, one cannot be happy. Therefore, the duty of all devotees is to preach Krishna consciousness everywhere, all over the world. Because all living entities without Krishna consciousness are suffering the pangs of material existence. To preach Krishna consciousness is the best welfare activity. Indeed, it is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as para upakara, work for the true benefit of others. The activities of para upakara have been especially entrusted to those who have taken birth in India as human beings. As it is stated, Bharata Bhumite, Hoile Manusya Janmachara, Janma Sartata Karikara, Para Upakara. Quoted from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 9:41. The entire world is suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised all human beings born in India to make their lives perfect by Krishna consciousness and then preach the gospel of Krishna consciousness all over the world so that others may become happy by executing the principles of Krishna consciousness. Tato harau bhagavati bhaktim kuruta dhanava atmaupam yena sarvatra sarvaputatmanishvare. My dear friends, all sons of the demons, in the same favorable way that one sees himself and takes care of himself, take to devotional service to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present everywhere as the super soul of all living entities. Om Akyati Maranyasya Gananchana Salakyam Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. So, a great devotee, Prahlad, he was born in demoniac family, Asura Kula. So in India, it's very important from which Kula you're coming from. Either you are from a Brahmana family line, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, from demigods, from rishis, from famous Kshatriyas or Manus, like that. So everyone is very proud, accordingly, to from which line or Kula one is coming from, Gotra. But here we hear Prahlad, he came from Asura Gotra. So there are two kinds of mentalities in this universe. Dvaubhuta sarga lokes mean Sura Asura evacha. Vishnu Bhaktis mito daiva Asuras tat viparaya. So there are these two mentalities, the Suras and the Asuras, Deva and the Asura, who are against the Devas, who are Sura. Suras means Vishnu Bhaktas mito daiva. They always feel the dependence of Lord Vishnu, and Asuras always go in opposition to the difference, not the same as the Suras. Whatever Suras choose, Asura means, no, I'm not. Because as Asura, he thinks the Devas, they're low class. They consider them low class because they consider themselves dependent on Vishnu. We are Asuras. We only depend on our own power, our own great powers and success of life, money, influence, power, prestige, and they become very proud because of that. And this is actually the demoniac propensity. What keeps the conditioned souls deeper and deeper in the entanglement of this material existence, of Maya, this Ishvara, Aham Bhogi, I'm controller, I'm enjoyer. And a demon or asura never accepts Vishnu as guidance, never taking shelter in Vishnu Gati. Nate vidu svarta gatim hi Vishnum, darasa bahir artamanina, andhair upaniya manas, te pisha tantra urudamni bada. In Prahlad, he told once to his father, he also gave lessons to his father, not only to the friends. These were secret lessons to the friends. And the father found out, that the son gave lessons influencing the new generation of the demons. He became very angry and upset. He called the teachers. He called them, "What are you doing?" "You're teaching my son some dharma about Vishnu. This. Instead of teaching him politics and like that. So I will punish you." But the teachers, they told, "Oh, we are not knowing from where your son get this kind of information or program of Vishnu Bhakta." So we are very surprised. It must be happen secretly. And then Hiranyakashipu, he told, "Yes, I know, but from now on you have to be very careful, very cautious, because the Vishnu Dutas or the Vaishnava, the servants of Vishnu, they're not openly coming to our Asura sons. They come in disguise. So that they cannot recognize them. They look like we are, dressing like us, but actually inside and in their words, they're only speaking about Vishnu. Therefore, be very cautious from now on and protect my son and all other children in the school, that the Vaishnavas will not come to influence their mind." So it was going on. So it seemed to be that Prahlad Maharaj made some improvement. The teachers gave special lessons to him. One day he took Prahlad on his lap and he asked him, "Prahlad, what is the best thing what you have learned now in the school?" So Prahlad told, "The best thing what I have learned in the school is Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam." So Father became very angry. So he chastised him again. Then another time, Father asked him again, "What is the best what you learned in the school?" So Prahlad said, my dear Father, what I should tell you, because personalities like you, Asura Vara, you're the best of the Asuras. You cannot accept this information what I want to tell you, because you don't show any interest in the Vishnu Gati. So what can I tell you? If you have no faith in Vishnu, what is the use to tell you about Vishnu? And it's even an offense to speak to a non-believer about God, or about Krishna, about Vishnu, or about bhakti process. Because you are blind. You are a blind leader. And your citizens are also all blind. And they are following you. And what is the target you're focusing to go, You drop down a cliff. Top. And you will be finished. You finish yourself up. So you're a suicide leader, suicide society. Because you're blind. You don't know Vishnu Gati. Everyone who doesn't know Vishnu Gati, that Krishna or Vishnu is the goal of life, he's blind. Even though he's nicely educated, he's born in a nice family, Gotra or Kula, doesn't matter, Asura or Deva line, doesn't matter. If we are ignorant about Vishnu, we are blind, we are ignorant. And this is demoniac quality, ignorance, avidya, ajnana. So we are not aware, and we don't want to believe that Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they can only perfect our life by surrendering to His lotus feet. Therefore, Vishnu Pad, these feet are worshipable for the whole universe. And the Devas, they know about that. Asuras, they don't want to know about it. Even if they hear about it, they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept it. Matirna Krishne Parataksato va mitobi bhyadyeta grihavratanam adanta gobir vishatam tamishram punak punas charvita charvananam. They have no interest. They have no interest by hearing from others. They have no interest by their own observation or realization. And they also have no interest in a mixture of both of them, own or by others telling them. Because Matir na Krishna, their intelligence, Matir, is not fixed in Krishna. Matir na Krishna parataksato mitobi bhyadyeta grihavratanam. And so what they're doing, instead they take vrata to serve Krishna whole life, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, they are accepting the vow of Griha Vrata, family life. Family life is all in all. And besides family is nothing else. Everyone is doing everything for family, for the body. What is Prahlad Maharaj later on saying? That this body, the family, the children, our possessions, our country, everything is actually an illusion of Maya. That bounds us to this illusion of the material existence. So we have to come out sooner or later from this bondage of a mundane or materialistic, selfish family life and go to the forest, Vana. And Srila Prabhupada says Vana in Kali Yuga means Vrindavana, the Vrindavan forest. To come to the forest of Vrindavan, of Vrinda's forest, where Radha Krishna are worshipped, where Radha Krishna and their associates eternally are residing. That is the place where intelligent person who has a little intelligence and little mercy of a Guru and Lord Chaitanya, that they will take this endeavor to come to Vrindavan and live here permanently and fully surrender one's time in the service of Krishna, the Holy Land, and the Vaishnavas, and chanting the holy name. And so in this way, the life of the person will become successful. And then this Narottam Das Thakur and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in the purport of Prema Bhakti Chandrika, he says, if one is not physically able to live in Vrindavan, then one should do it mentally, with the mind. Even if you are absent, you live maybe in America or in Russia somewhere, in Siberia, or you live in Australia, or you live in Argentina, doesn't matter. It's not the distance, it's the consciousness what unites us with Radha Krishna. Like one time when Srila Prabhupada came to Florida, to Gainesville, he said, oh, now I'm here in this, far away or very removed place, Gainesville. Gainesville is considered the great university city of America. Everyone is proud to study in Gainesville University. Prabhupada says, oh, this is such a remote place. They consider it center, but Prabhupada says it's so a remote place. Remote from where? It's remote from Vrindavan. But still, Prabhupada says, although I'm here, my heart is always in Vrindavan. Several times Prabhupada mentioned that, also in the beginning in New York City, when he came there, he was alone, he had no help, he was living in a studio somewhere, rented, very cheap, and he tried to preach and to find out some interested people to take to Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada he had some audience there from a yoga studio, Mishra Yoga Studio. He was preaching there, although he was a Mayavadi. But Prabhupada, he used the time, also like Prahlad, he used the time to preach to the yoga students of the Mayavadi guru teacher, who only gave them some gymnastics and Om and some Mayavadi understanding of God, not about Krishna, not about devotional service, not about bhakti. So Prabhupada, he preached to them, he tried to explain them something about bhakti, and then a person was asking him, and how you feel to be here in America, what you're doing, and how you survive here. And then Prabhupada says, actually I'm not living here in America. My mind, my heart is always in Vrindavan. I only came here, because to follow, I want to execute the mission of my Guru Maharaj. That's all. It's a tough mission, I know, because almost nobody shows any interest. But still, I have this faith in my Guru Maharaj's instruction. He told me to preach to the Western people in English, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, this bhakti process. And although I'm so far away here, I feel actually my home is Vrindavan, but still I'm here, and I'm trying to execute this mission of my Guru Maharaj and of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it was actually Srila Prabhupada who had this full faith to bring this Krishna consciousness to the West. As we read here in the purport, or hear here from the purport, it was actually Lord Chaitanya's instruction to everyone who takes birth in the present, in the time of Lord Chaitanya and after Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Everyone who takes birth in India, India name is Bharat Varsha, Bharat Bhumi Te, Bharat Bhumi. It is the pious land, as Prabhupada is pointing out in the purport of the Chaitanya Charitamrita to this verse. Bharat Bhumi Te Hoile Manusa Chanmachara Chanmasata Takarikara Paraupakara. So he explains that 99% of Indian people, they're actually very simple. They're very simple. Their dharma, faith in Krishna or in Bhagavan is there. But because of their propaganda from outside of not faithful personalities, their mind became confused. The heart became confused, the faith became confused, and instead they take shelter in Lord Chaitanya's Dharma of Sankirtan Dharma. They're starting to eat meat, fish, smoking, chewing pan, having, I would say, illicit connection in sex life with different women. And they're gambling for money, and therefore they all became victims of the Kali Yuga, victim of Kali, because that's Prabhupada told in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, as if one takes shelter in the real Dharma, that means Satyam, truthfulness. Not cheating, not lying, in honesty, in non-violence, in purity. Purity is the fourth If one takes shelter in that, then Kali symptom cannot influence. Only if we are become victim of Kali, if we are taking principles of Kali, then we become weak, and then Kali will overcome us and put us more and more in the ignorance and in suffering condition. But Lord Chaitanya actually came, he came as a Mali. Mali means a gardener. He came as a gardener to plant a very powerful tree, bhakti tree. And he planted it single-handedly like a gardener, flower and fruit gardener, a Mali. So he planted it. That's described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in the 8th chapter of Adi Lila, how Lord Chaitanya brought the seed of bhakti and he planted it. And he watered it, and he took care for the plant that it grows nicely. And with the time it became very great with many branches and sub-branches. And Lord Chaitanya, who is Vishwambar, he brought the protector and maintainer of the whole universe. He became the maintainer of the tree. He was the gardener of the tree, and he became the tree himself. Then what Lord Chaitanya told, he gave instruction. So now I'm only one gardener. I'm only one person. But I see this tree has plenty of fruits. How can I eat myself all these fruits? This is not possible. Therefore, all of you, my descendants, my devotees, should become my representative and take these fruits, relish this prema bhakti phala, this fruit of love of Godhead, as much as you like, as much as you can. And this tree is so wonderful. The more you take from this tree, the more it increases. It gives unlimited fruits. Actually, the more, like flowers, flowers on the trees. We have to take them, because the more you take, then the more the tree will give. Fruits also, they will come. The tree will supply. He's very merciful. He supplies. And Lord Chaitanya said, just relish and distribute. Be convinced yourself. Relish the fruit yourself first. And if you like the fruit, then naturally you easily can distribute it to everyone. That was Lord Chaitanya's request, and he instructed everyone who was born in Bharata, Varsha, India. It's not only Bengal. Prabhupada writes in the purport, it's not only Bengal, it's whole India. Actually, previously the whole planet was known as Bharata, Varsha. But nowadays we know it is India, and it's still known as Bharat. And we have the great story of the Bharat. It's the Mahabharat. Actually, the name of the book is Bharat, and it became Mahabharat because the sages found out that it has more heavy weight than the 4 Vedas. Therefore, it became known as Mahabharat, the great history of Bharata. That's India. But India, we know, previously it was much bigger than nowadays. It shrinks. It shrinks because many states or many countries want to separate. And this is Kali Yuga, the quarrel, because self-interest. So materialistic life means self-interest. Devotee means munificence, audarya. Lord Chaitanya was audarya. He was very, very merciful. And therefore he appeared in Mayapur, Audarya Dham, to spread this love to Krishna in a big format through all his devotees. Only devotee can spread Krishna Bhakti. We cannot employ Vaishyas, mercantile class. Can you go now out with these books and with this prasadam and with this message? Because we know you're a very good rhetoric speaker, You can give very nice lectures about selling a product. Maybe you can sell Krishna Bhakti. But that many even tried, but they could not succeed, because Bhakti is not spread by by bala, by material powers. Purushakara. It is not distributed by Purushakara. It is distributed by Daiva, by the transcendental power. And the transcendental power is coming from the Lord. Krishna Shakti Vinanahitara Pravartana. Bhakti or Krishna consciousness is spread by the power given by the Lord. And therefore a devotee who is always surrendered to the Lord, he is always connected to the ocean of love of Godhead. And therefore the inspiration to give this or share this Krishna consciousness, to give this information to others, it's naturally flowing from him. Or from doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, small, old, Indian, American, South American, Russian, doesn't matter. Problem is, people have no faith in the message of Lord Chaitanya and in the description of the scriptures, and instead that they spread Krishna consciousness and practice Krishna consciousness as Lord Chaitanya has told it. They only perform yajna, rituals for their family events, whatever different kinds of events happens during their life, and cost very much money. Even they are very poor people, they have to pay so much money. Therefore in Kali Yuga, Sankirtan Yaga is recommended, doesn't cost money. And still you have a much greater benefit than through yajna, through any sacrifice or ritual. Because that's not the age of the rituals, it's the age of Sankirtan. Kale dosha niderachan astye kamahangunat kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangam paramrachet. In the age of Kali is an ocean of fault. You don't know where to start with. You can see in ourselves everywhere there's so much fault, so much pollution. In the mind, in the air, in the water, in the earth, in the character of a personality. So much pollution in activity, pollution inside. So where to start to make it purified? So Bhagavatam gives the recipe. Kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangam paramrachet. Krishna kirtan will purify the heart. Surrender to Krishna, who is situated in everyone's heart. Therefore, the devotees voluntarily, there's one nice verse of the 8th canto in relation to Shiva. Tapyanta loka tapena sadava prayasochana paramanandanam tati purushakilatmana. It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntarily suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 7th chapter, text 44. So, therefore, the devotee Vaishnava means he is taking voluntarily some risk, some suffering, something that he normally would not like to share Krishna consciousness with others. And the example is given here by Prahlad is, everyone loves himself, gives so much attention for himself, for his beautiful hair, for his beautiful outlook in the face, for our dress, for the house, for the car, for the family. We spend so much money, we spend so much energy to beautify everything, to make everything beautiful, everything attractive, and we very carefully handle it. We don't spit against it. We don't beat it. We love ourselves the most. And why we actually love ourselves the most? It's because the soul is inside and the super soul is inside. But the ignorant person doesn't know about that, and instead that they know that we actually love ourselves because of our life inside. We only love the external appearances of the body and its expansions and the object of the senses, and we consider it very beautiful. And this is the reality, this is life, and this is the Maya. This is the Maya, we are in it. And the great Mahajans, the great stalwart Vaishnava devotees from the Puranic time and also from Lord Chaitanya's time, they actually gave the full attention on Krishna only. People consider them fanatic. They consider them too much only one-sided in this. But the devotees, we can also say, you are also fanatic because you are one-sided in Maya. You are one-sided in Maya. What is better, be one-sided in Maya or be one-sided in Krishna consciousness? We have to be fixed on something. What is the problem? So better you be fixed on the absolute truth, because then you are eternal. And Prabhupada came here, to enter in the spiritual world. He was very sick, so devotees, they saw him in that situation, and they were crying, and then Prabhupada said, don't lament, I always teach you, I'm not the body, we are not this body, we are spirit soul, we are eternal, and those who serve Krishna, they live eternally with him. So don't lament, don't cry. There's no need of crying, because the soul is eternal. The body anyway is dead. We give so much care for the dead, because we can consider it ourselves. Deha Atma Buddhi. This is our ignorance. So we should give our attention more to the spirit, to the real life. And as we love ourselves, we should love Krishna, the super soul in the heart, give our life to Krishna and also to others. Because we know that Krishna is everywhere. He is in everyone's heart. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesha chuna tishtati. He lives in everyone's heart. And the devotee sees, therefore, is not enemy of anyone. He's never in dvesha. He only sees good in others. He's well-wishing, he's friendly, he's maitra. He has all good qualities mentioned in the scriptures. Naturally become developed in a Vaishnava who is engaging in the process of bhakti. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana. So others who are not engaged in bhakti, they have maybe many good qualities materially, but they're all zero. They're insignificant because they are riding on the mental platform, on the mental chariot. And who knows in which direction the mind will bring you. But if you are taking shelter on the fixed lotus feet of Vishnu or Krishna, then we are safe. Therefore Bhagavatam says, Samashite padab palava plavam mahapatam punya yasho morarir Pavam buddhir vatsa param padam yat vipatam natesham. So if we take shelter on Krishna's lotus feet, it's the safe boat who brings us over to the other side of the Parampadam, Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, where there's no more anxiety, no more suffering, no more old age, no more death. It's the safe place. There's no more dangers there. So those who want to overcome the ocean of the dangerous ocean, the Bhavam Buddhi, the only way we have to take shelter in Krishna's lotus feet. Then this ocean of burdened death, who is insurmountable, that shrinks to the size of the hoof print of the calf. So therefore, let's take shelter in this wonderful opportunity. Srila Prabhupada, he's the savior of the world. because he's the faithful follower of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, faithful follower of Lord Chaitanya. Even Lord Chaitanya's devotees didn't understood the mission of Lord Chaitanya, this Priti Vidyayachate Nagarati Gram. They thought this is only Bengal. But Prabhupada, he understood, no, this means the whole world. The whole world. The whole universe ultimately will be overflooded by Harinam Sankirtan. It's the only alternative in the Kali Yuga. Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatyaranyata. So Prabhupada, he had this faith. And as we heard, when Prabhupada went to the West, he prepared himself for so long time. He had practically no support, no money, only a few hundreds of books, an umbrella, some dress and some oatmeal. Some oatmeal what he could cook in America, because he heard in America they are not vegetarians, so he maybe will starve there. So he took some oatmeal with him, some few kgs. So that was everything, umbrella. And everyone was amazed when he came to America, a Swami, small, not very big, from size, bodily size, always with an umbrella in the hand, and always dressed as Vaishnava. So they were although they were not real Vaishnavas, they became attracted to the Swami. They were not vegetarian, but still they became attracted to him. And although Prabhupada stayed with that family, these Agarwals who gave him the invitation to come to America, so Prabhupada was very tolerant. They were eating meat. Prabhupada said, doesn't mind. No. He was not preaching to them about the principles. He was very tolerant. Because he had a broader mission. He actually wanted to wait. What will Krishna, what way, what opportunity will Krishna give him? In the beginning he didn't know. He was very humble, beggar. He was even praying in his prayer. I'm very humble beggar. So I have no power on my own, but my Lord, only if you have a mission here, and it seems to be you have one, otherwise why you sent me here? So then let me dance, let me become a puppet in your hand, let me dance according to your desire. So Prabhupada was very open for that dance, to become instrument of Krishna, and he was ready for it. And he patiently started the movement, slowly but surely, drop by drop, gradually devotees joined and supported Srila Prabhupada, and now Hare Krishna movement is spread all over the world, more and more. It's increasing, more and more. Thousands of people becoming, even in India also now, become very much interested. Prabhupada left India, he was upset. He was upset. Because the Indians, although it's their heritage, Bharatavarsha, Bhumite, Heule, it's their Janma, Manusya Janmachara, it's their heritage, but they don't take it seriously. They want to become like Westerners, dress like Westerners, take professions like Westerners, and giving up their own Dharma. So the Prabhupada didn't find any support, so he thought, he even recommended, if a place where you preach is not favorable, then it's not bad to leave that place to go to a better place. Although sometimes we also are mental about one place and think, oh, it's a bad place, go to another place. Or this is a wrong part of the city or the wrong city, go to another city to distribute books. And then because we are mental today, we are a little in Maya today, we are always changing, and in the end nothing happens. So we have to surrender to the place, and surrender ultimately to Krishna, and then Krishna can make the miracle. But Prabhupada, he was fully surrendered, and he tried his best in India, but then when he saw, oh, it doesn't work, then he went to America. But that was also only a trick. like the avatars, they're trick avatars. So Prabhupada also used the trick. He went to America because he knew America. They asked him, why not to England? Prabhupada said, oh, my God brothers already tried in England. So let me try in America. Because America is now very popular. He's now Great Britain. Great Britain is now Small Britain. It's England. It's very small, very insignificant practically, only a little island. Previously it was Great Britain. The sun never set in Great Britain previously. That was the proud. But now Prabhupada says the sun never rises in Great Britain, in the Britain today, in England, because it's so small. It's only cloudy all the time. Maybe a little sun sometimes, but mostly raining. Like Krishna's, isn't it? In Holland also. How much sun you have there? This is island people, you know. Actually, Holland is a byproduct of England. So it's also never see sun. So anyway, we don't want to become political now or national interest. That's only a joke. Don't take it seriously. So Prabhupada, he showed interest to go to England, America, not to England, not to Sweden, not to Germany. He went to America because whatever is taking part, is accepted in America, will be distributed all over the world. It's like the shopping center of the whole world. And he didn't know how it will be successful. But he knew, he understood, when I have some followers, I will bring them to India, and the Indians will be very attracted to the white elephants, to the devotees in saffron dress, men and women nicely shaved up with Vaishnava tilak, with chapa beads, kanti mala, everything bhakha. Prabhupada wanted the devotees look bhakha, devotee, nice Vaishnava, who represent Vishnu, Krishna, the messengers of Krishna. And when Prabhupada came, his strategy was very good. It went on, it became successful. When he brought them here, it was very successful. Sankirtan tour in 1971, when the first devotees came here in the beginning of 70s, you know, the World Sankirtan Party. So hundreds of thousands of people, 10,000s of people came to the Pandal festivals and to participated and the devotees were performing Sankirtan on the street. And this was in the beginning of 70s. Nowadays it's even much more bigger, because interest was spreading. Without big propaganda, if the devotees become nice and representative of the parampara of Lord Chaitanya, they become like stars, like moons, Sankirtan moons. Prabhupada said, what's the use of having many stars, you know? Like shooting stars. They come up, they become bright, and then they disappear. You don't see them anymore. Better to have moons. Sankirtan moons, Vaishnava moons, and they reflect the sunlight. The moon reflects the sunlight and becomes bright, cooling, refreshing. So the Vaishnavas, when the mirror of the heart become cleansed, Chetu Darpana Marchana, then they can reflect Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It's like the sun. Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, they are the original sun and moon, simultaneously they rise on the horizon of Gaudadesh to spread their light and dissipate the darkness of our innermost consciousness and heart. Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditao Gaudadaya Pushpavanto Chitta Shando Tamaunadaya. Tamo will be removed. Hare Krishna.